What is up, Dan fam, and welcome back to another awesome video. Now in this video, I'm gonna literally show you how I'm at, I think, $10,000 today, and yeah, how we pretty much just been scaling up. So this is part two in addition to what I showed you the other day where it was at $1,000 or so. And what's awesome about this is not only did we have a hiccup because we were installing a new application, new scarcity application, and we locked the store accidentally. So for 2 hours, we were like, oh my goodness, our campaign's dead. They were getting no sales or anything. And then I realized, wait a minute, this store is locked. So I know he's got to get on a call. So I want to end this pretty fast. Gonna hop into my phone. I'm gonna record that probably out here because he's got a call. But let's just jump right into it. That's what you're here for. And Dan fam, let's get right to it. So here we are, I'm outside. Ethan is on a business call. I'm outside recording this for you. Check this out. So we're shy under, I'd say 8% conversions for today, which is incredible for the mass traffic we're running now. Now you notice we had a hiccup right over here. Anthony and I were editing the site and the weirdest thing happened. We actually locked the site as we went ahead and installed a new app. So we were editing the entire site, and then for those 2 hours, we're like, what the heck is going on? Oh my gosh, are the campaigns dead? And then we realized, no, we just locked the store accidentally. So again, this is what we're working with here today. This is today, I don't know what today is. Right over here, February 6th. So let's just jump right into it. Alrighty, so the lesson that I want to teach you here is a very, very important one. So if you know, and I've had a lot of other e-commerce friends in the space already, go ahead and reach out to me and tell me that this product is converting well for them as well. So I have no problem letting you know exactly what converts. However, I do, and I break this down in the book as well, is that I want you to take a look at this particular product. And what you need to understand is that this is a regular blender bottle, right? It's nothing too fancy. However, I want to show you this, okay? This is a blender bottle to you and me, and I wrote this all down as well. This is 74 pages already. It's probably gonna be 100 pages or so. But to me and you, this is a blender bottle. But to campers, it becomes a camping blender bottle. To a fitness enthusiast, it becomes a protein blender bottle. To a nutritionist, it becomes a nutrition blender bottle. To a vegan, it becomes a vegan blender bottle. So we take what's already existing and then we essentially, I mean, quite frankly, in the best words possible, is we re-angle it for the market that we're going after. And this is one of those situations that arises when people ask me, is it a generic store or a niche store? And I'm selling my stuff on something generic, but what I've noticed is that it allows me to go out there, and if I have this on a generic store, I can have 5 different variations of this particular product, and I can go and target different interests, such as, vegans, nutritionists, fitness enthusiasts, etc. That's why I know exactly, who to tell you to go after. Is because of the fact that I'm able to go out there and have different products. And one thing that's very, very important is I target that particular market based on who I'm talking to in the particular product. So if I put this on my site, it will become, fitness blender bottle. However, I take it a step further, and this is where the magic happens. I give the product, all right, I put it in a niche, and then I basically brand this particular product. Very, very important. This isn't a vegan blender bottle anymore, a nutrition blender bottle. It's far from that anymore. What this becomes is like Vegan Blender Light Pro. So let me just underline that and whatnot, because I want to emphasize that in the book. So Vegan Blender Light Pro, that's the niche, and this is what I call the product, Blender Light Pro. So it becomes for vegans. Then I can do Nutritionist Blender Light Pro. I can do Protein Blender Light Pro. Camping Blender Light Pro, and now it fits in. I have a very branded product, because Blender Light Pro could be the brand, and then I fit it into a particular niche. Very, very, very important. Okay. Now this doesn't work across the board, because if you go out there and you have a niche specific store, then guess what? Then clearly this blender bottle is fitting into your niche. However, if you're a generic store and you're trying to figure out what niche this can really sell well in, that's where the fruit of your labors comes to fruition, is because you're going to be able to pinpoint exactly what niche and what type of market would want this, and then you can go out there and create an entire store around this particular product. If we take a look at this, okay, BlendJet, they just did exactly what I told you, but they're not really talking to one specific type of person. Rather, they just named it BlendJet 1, and this is the product that is branded, okay? It's niche down, that's it. More than anything, I can guarantee you the people who own this more than likely started off on a generic store and then they moved it to its very own product, okay? They moved it to its very own product because of how well it was selling on their particular generic store, and they realized that if they just go ahead and put it as its own product and its own brand, then it has a lot more weight to stand on. And same thing here, okay? I can go ahead and I can take out vegan, okay? So I can do vegan Blender Light Pro and go, blenderlight.com and then have one for vegans, right? I have one for nutritionists, have one for protein blending, yet it's all the same thing, all right? So that's what's very, very important. It's one of those strategies that's very high level, but not a lot of people think about it. It's a super, super powerful strategy. And one that, quite frankly, I don't want to just fluff up this video just to increase the length of time that's on here, but that's legitimately the best strategy that I can tell you right now is going out there, trying something generic, and then seeing what niche or market it fits into, and then building it out on another particular site. And there's a lot of companies that do this. I hope you know that. Pretty much any single drop shipping, really, really successful drop shipping product that is now a standalone brand has been built from being on a generic store, being broadly tested, and then they move the product over to its own niche store. Even a product like this, trysnow.com, right? Speaking of teeth whitening, now, I already know the ins and outs of this entire type of working, if you will, because myself have been in teeth whitening, but it's a lot of undertaking to go ahead and order thousands of units. It's a lot more work than drop shipping, so I never pursued it. So this is focused on a very specific type of product, as you can see right over here. Right? So again, this is exactly what I wanted to show you. You go ahead and you take a particular product and then you branch it out to its own brand, to its own website, and it does exceptionally well again. And I even have an ad that I found on Instagram that played in front of my face before I even knew about BlendJet. And then somebody sent it to me the very next day, which is pretty funny. So again, take that for what it's worth. I hope you learned a lot. I'm sorry this video is short, but I hope also that you learned a lot from this video. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you get on the 100K waiting list. I do have one more thing to say before I end this video. So that was an absolutely incredible lesson that I hope you learned a lot from. Now, if you haven't done so yet, I told you before that this is for the 100K blueprint. Now, this is the free book that I'm giving away in order to initiate the launch when I do launch it. If you want to get on the waiting list, there's around 700 people on there right now. And if you want to get on there, the link's in the description, and the link is also the first comment down below in the comments. And make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to this particular channel with notifications on. Shoot a like on this video and follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to enter into the giveaway. Again, nobody can win twice, I just want to let you know. So go ahead and comment down below, starting with hashtag DanFam and one thing that you learned. And like I said before, make sure you're on the waiting list, subscribe with notifications, shoot this video a like, and go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Catch you guys soon.